All right, guys, before we get to the Atlantic 10 tourney, if you want to get free plays sent to your cell phone every day, just text. If you want to get them from Dave Koken, you can text Koken, C-O-K-I-N, to 313131. And, Jim, they can get free plays from you every single day as well.
That's right. They can text WINNER, W-I-N-N-E-R, to 313131, and we'll send you free plays right to your cell phone each and every day. That's WINNER to 313131.
All right, we got the Atlantic 10 tourney going off as well. Very good teams in this tourney. Jim, the Atlantic 10 has a pair of powerhouse teams in St. Louis and VCU, both fantastic. On defense, St. Louis finished 13-3 in the conference, VCU 12-4. Tell us a little bit about St. Louis. Are they a threat to win 3 games in 3 nights?
Well, you know, this is really a very, very well balanced conference, and I've listened to a lot of pundits talk about this conference, and there are those out there that think this conference could get 5 or even 6 teams into the big dance. And when you look at across the board, anybody can win this. 5 or 6 teams could win this because there is so much balance. When you take it to St. Louis, now they played good all year long, and they're a solid team. They've always been a solid, well-coached team, but right now, they've lost 3 out of 4, and they're on a 1-8 spread run. I'm sure they got a little overrated. People started riding them, pushed the prices up a little too high. But right now, St. Louis is in a funk. And can they turn it around and do something in this conference against teams like, you know, VCU and UMass and St. Joe's, George Washington and Dayton? All these teams are very capable of knocking St. Louis off. This is a very bad time for St. Louis to get cold, and they are cold.
All right, Jeff, that other team is VCU. They split 2 games with St. Louis, 64-62 loss at St. Louis. Then they won the rematch at home, 67-56 defensive games there. Give us a glimpse into the conference, which appears to be kind of a wide-open race that no one team is probably going to roll through.
You know, VCU is a team that relies on that swarming, pressing defense because its offense is nothing great. I watched the Rams play against Richmond last week, and they had struggled to score. They were lucky to win the game. They shot only 38.5%, but luckily for them, Richmond shot only 31.6%. So this is not a team that's going to outscore you. It's just going to be one of those teams that's grinded out and hopefully hold the other team to around 40% shooting and then pull out the game. VCU has won 4 in a row, though, after losing 3 out of 4, and 15-13-1 against the spread this season. They shoot only 42% from the floor, but they hold opponents to only 43%. They've already lost at UMass, St. Louis, St. Joe's, and George Washington, so it's not nearly as strong a team as that team that went to the Final Four a few years ago. But VCU with that defense, they're usually always in the game, and of course, as Jim said, with this conference, any one of several teams can win it. So VCU has as good a chance of winning this tournament as anyone else, John.
Well, UMass is also in this mix, and if they're going to make a powerful run, it's going to be done with their offense. They're second in the Atlantic 10 in scoring, 74 points per game. Outstanding shooting team from the field, second in field goals at 46%. Very good front court with experience in 6'10 junior Caddy Lalani, and then 6'9 senior Putney up front. And, of course, the guy who makes the team go, though, is in the backcourt, the 5'9 senior guard, Chaz Williams, 7.1 assists per game, over 15 points per game. But you got to play some defense, too, at times, and this team certainly is suspect at that, allowing 71 points per game. That's 9th in the conference. And keep this in mind, UMass is a terrible free throw shooting team, 66%. That's 10th in the conference. Coming into the conference, not on a very good run, 7-6 straight up, 6-1 against the spread during the regular season early on before before conference play. They did beat New Mexico 81-65. They beat BYU in a shootout 105-96, and even Nebraska, which can be a defensive team, was a 96-90 victory. So this team, UMass team, loves to go up tempo and run the court. However, in the finale against a great defensive team in St. Louis, they were favored at home of 3 points, couldn't even win the game, 64-62. And it was key because Massachusetts could have locked up the number 4 seed in a bye with the win, but instead They dropped to the number 6 seed. So that was a game that they had to win at home and did not. They were only 8 of 12 from the free throw line in that must-win game, losing by 2, and they shot 42%. That's something to keep in mind. When they face a team with a winning record, while they love to run and gun, it's the great defensive teams that can give this team trouble. UMass is 8-2 under the total when they face a team with a winning percentage above 60%, and overall they're on a 13-7 run under the total. So they're going to have to do it all with offense. Jim, we got a St. Joe's team that has 21 wins. How important is it whether a team is hot or cold coming into tournament play?
Well, for me, I'd rather have, if I was a coach, I'd rather have a hot team. And going for me means everything's running well. This team is hot at the right time. They're 6-2 straight up, 5-3 ATS run. They beat VCU by 7, LaSalle by 11, Bonnie's by 8 as a dog. The offense is 6th in scoring at 70 points per game. Tops in shooting at 48%. Defense is 4th, allowing 66 points per game. 37th in the nation in shooting on defense is 47%. They're weak on free throw shooting, which is negative if you're going to be laying points, especially if you're going to be laying points. But I don't see them in a favorite role too often against this type of competition. So if you're getting points with St. Joe, I think it's something to look at.
Okay, Jeff, this George Washington team, I wonder if they're an under-the-radar group because they certainly have enough offense, and they do have a great defense, and they've been covering their numbers at times.
Yeah, 16-9 against the spread, 23-7 straight up. They were picked to finish around the middle of the pack before the season started, but last year they played 4 freshmen and they lost a lot of close games. And then all that experience that they got last year has really helped them this year. They have 5 players and averaging double figures, led by Maurice Creek at 14.6. Most of their losses have been against good teams on the road, such as at St. Louis, UMass, VCU, and Dayton. So this is a very solid team, very capable of doing some damage in this tournament. They currently won 3 in a row, and this is definitely can be considered a sleeper team here, John.
Okay, a D is for Dayton, and then this Dayton team is largely about defense. 22-9 record, covering numbers coming into tournament play, 6-3 against the spread, and they're doing it largely with defense. The offense of the Flyers is 9th in the Atlantic 10 in scoring, 69 points per game, but the defense is better, 6th in points allowed. They allow 44% shooting, but they're very good at defending the three-pointer, 4th in the conference, just 36%. Dayton, they're not a big team in the front court. You got 6'4" junior Jordan Siebert. You got a 6'7" senior in Devin Oliver, and then a 6'6" sophomore in Deshaun Pierre, averages almost 6 rebounds per game. They played pretty good defense against Baylor early on, 67-66 loss. They did have a win over Gonzaga by 5 points, and they had 2 games that they split with St. Louis, a 67-59 loss, but then they won on the road. And the thing about Dayton is they're playing pretty good ball right now, 9-1 straight up run. And if you'll notice, a lot of them have been close games. They beat Duquesne by just 3 points. They won at St. Louis by 5. They beat Rhode Island by 7. They won at St. Bonnie's by 3 as a 4-point dog. So, and this hot run followed a 4-game losing streak. So right now this Dayton team is interesting because, as Jim, you mentioned, you like to look at teams hot. Well, they're 9-1. They have to be a confident team, and they certainly have some balance. And with that defense, they're on a mild 5-3 run under the total. Could be a surprise team the way they're hot and confident right now, but I wonder with their size limitations, they could get knocked around on the boards by bigger teams and good rebounding teams. Okay, guys, let's take a look at some of the offers we have for the weekend. Jeff, 9-3 the last 2 Saturdays, and on that 24-9-2 college basketball run, got a big trifecta going up this weekend.
Yeah, trifecta on Saturday, including my Tourney Shocker Game of the Year. And if you sign up early, you get a high roller play tonight. 4 plays, just $19. Call LVSS 1-866-575-8916. That's 1-866-575-8916.
Mr. Vegas has a college tournament total of the year going this weekend. You can get 7 days of service for $15, including that major total going from Mr. Vegas, 1-866-896-1627. Jim, you had that terrific Saturday 8-4, and then you had the Monday night that was undefeated 2-0-1. You had some top plays on Fresno and Dayton over the weekend, and you have a monster tournament package ready to roll at a big discount for folks ready to take advantage if they act fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Just write this phone number down. Make sure you call this number. $49 package. You can play through April 7th, NBA and college. 1-866-841-1655. That's 1-866-841-1655. You can play through April 7th in NBA and college for $49. Make sure you make the call.
All right, it's tournament time, everyone. Make sure you take advantage of these offers from the Vegas Pros. It's one of the best 3-week stretches of the sports wagering calendar. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Good luck for the games, and we'll see you next week with another edition of Pro Life.